Hi, we're Richard and Jackie from Early Retirement Wanderlust. Now, you can't help but notice out there that spring is in the air. The days are getting longer, the skies are getting bluer, the daffodils and the tulips are out, and winter is pretty much behind us.
And what's the first thing that we do in springtime? Well, we treat ourselves to a good spring clean, don't we? And in this video, what we want to talk to you about is not necessarily cleaning the physical clutter out of our lives, but looking at what other aspects of our lives we can clean up as we move into a new season.
If you've watched the channel for a while, you'll know that we do talk quite a lot about the thing of less is more. Well, we've just come out of a really long winter. We have been really busy. And I have to say, I'm not feeling the less is more in our house at the moment. Since we last had a good declutter, we have sold your mum's house and we have got stuff everywhere. And it's definitely time for us to have a really good spring clean and declutter.
And I think it's perfectly natural, or we're saying it's perfectly natural, in the fact that stuff tends to just accumulate and creep up on you over time. And we're not just talking about the physical stuff, we're talking about the emotional stuff and the mental clutter that goes on up there. So we thought it was just an ideal opportunity as the seasons are changing, as we are actually doing a physical spring clean of the house. And we haven't got it nailed, absolutely. But we thought we would share with you some of the other ways in which we are spring cleaning our lifestyle ready for the summer months ahead. Now, one of the big things of doing a spring clean and a tidy up and removing the physical clutter is that emotionally it clears our mind a little bit and it reduces our stress because everything just appears a little bit tidier and a little bit cleaner and there's a bit more space. And all of those words do not apply to our spare room. And welcome to the reality of YouTube. And I'm sure and I'm hoping that everyone else has a spare room with this amount of clutter in it. If you'd have seen it this morning, it would have also had our ski kit in. And we decided it was about time, mid-April, to move that ski kit back out to our lockup where we just keep our seasonal stuff. We always think it's a bit of a sad time packing the ski kit away in the storage locker, but as Jackie pointed out, it is halfway through April, so it is time to get the stuff out of the house. And what it does mean is that next season's ski season is just getting that much closer. We do believe in having a lockup because we live in a one down, two up little cottage with hardly any storage. So it is a way of storing some of our stuff. And it's also a storage place for all my mum's furniture because obviously we sold a house because she's got dementia and we needed to do that to pay for her care fees. So we've still got all of her stuff stored. So yeah, we do have a little hideaway, but it's a good way of getting it out of the house and it gives us a bit of headspace. But the spare room becomes a dumping ground. So we have got all of this stuff from my mum's house, the kids' games from when they were little. We are using it as a space for drying our washing because it's still not quite good enough to hang stuff out on the line. And interestingly, we've got a couple of sets of drawers in here that maybe 3 years ago when we moved into the house, we said that these were just short-term storage solutions. So when you've got these cupboards, you tend to fill them. And when you've got flat surfaces, you tend to put stuff on them. So we need to start chipping away at this because sooner rather than later, the kids are going to be coming up and this is their room and there's nowhere for them to sleep.
If you're an eagle-eyed viewer and you've followed the channel for quite some time, you'll know that originally when we first completed the house, there was a lovely little coffee table here and it had a table lamp on it and downstairs was really clutter-free. Well, about 18 months ago, our daughter gave us back a chest of drawers that she'd borrowed. When she moved house, she didn't need it anymore. And since we've had that chest of drawers, we've filled it with all sorts of stuff that we don't need, again, mainly from Richard's mum's house. And we've gained loads and loads of books. Now, the books actually we do like to keep, and we've got a space for them upstairs. But we seem to have just accumulated lots of clutter here. So it's definitely time to just have a bit of a tidy up, bit of a declutter. This chest of drawers is actually going upstairs and the two chests of drawers up there need to go to the tip or they need to go to a charity shop. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, we might be able to show you just how much tidier and cleaner and clutter-free the house is. Something that we're really fortunate with. In the village, there is a tiny little library exchange shed. So I quite often collect books from there if we're going on holiday, and I can send them back up to there once we've finished with them. And then we also send quite a few to some of the local charity shops. I think one of the big questions people ask, particularly when we did our video on less is more and when we were decluttering our house in Cheshire to actually move into such a small house, is where do you start? And the answer to that for us this time has been, we've started small. When we first came back from skiing, I got a bee in my bonnet and I decided I was going to just go through all of the kitchen cupboards. We've been here for nearly 4 years, just make sure there's nothing that's out of date. A few tubs and things that seem to have appeared from my mum's and our sisters, so I've just sent them all back to where they've come from. And we've got a junk cupboard under the stairs, which I've had a really good declutter of as well.
Our health is really important for a rich and fulfilled retirement, and winter can be a really challenging time. So spring is the opportunity to sort of refresh some of our routines to do with our health. And just coming out today, we've got fresh air, we've got warm temperatures, we've got sunlight, just the opportunity to get out and do something. So whether it be go for a walk, recently I've started getting out on my bike, and I even dragged Jackie out on the bike yesterday, and we had a wonderful day. It wasn't necessarily that warm, but we just managed to get out, get a little bit of air in our lungs, and just benefit from the great outdoors.
I don't know about all of you, but for us, definitely, winter is a time where we just go back to eating lots of carbohydrates, lots of really starchy meals. We talked a lot about it when we were skiing, that we did try and eat reasonably healthily. So we did try and add lots of fruit and veg to what we were eating, but wow, did we eat a lot of stodge. And when the sun is out and when spring is in the air, it does feel so much easier to start stocking the fridge, like we have done, with just lots of fresh fruit and vegetables, lots of clean meals that we've planned to eat, and just make that diet that little bit better. And it's so much easier in the summer.
As well as freshening up what we eat, I'm trying to work on a little bit of intermittent fasting, which means that you just give your body a break from eating, because I was finding in winter, I was eating all the time. So as soon as I got up, I was eating, and I was eating all the way through to bed. Whereas now what I try and do is I try not to eat before 10 o'clock in the morning. I will have a couple of black coffees just to get me through to that point. And then we are trying really, really hard not to eat after sort of 6, half 6. It's not always that easy because we do quite like eating late. So that's a habit that we're looking to change. As well as thinking about food that comes into my system, I'm also focusing on the amount of information I allow into my mind, and I've worked really hard over the course of winter to make sure that my sleep patterns are not disturbed by screen time at night. So I try and switch off the screens a couple of hours before bed. It doesn't always happen. But one of the habits I've sort of slipped into is when I wake up now, I suddenly reach for the phone, and before I know it, I'm doom scrolling and just going down into social media rabbit holes that I really don't need to do. So that's something that I'm looking to clean up over the course of the spring, so that in the summer I can just have a bit of a digital detox. I think as human beings, we all love starts and finishes. So we like the end of winter, and we've got a really good opportunity for a fresh start in spring. And sometimes there's certain aspects of our life that we need to have a little fresh start and we need to have another look at. So we could also spring clean our finances.
So we have started having another good look through all of our direct debits, through all of our bank accounts, to see where we are spending money. I've already, in the last probably 4 or 5 weeks, sorted out our electric and renewed a contract so that we don't get hit by any huge changes. So hopefully that will be okay. We've had a couple of direct debits that we've decided we really don't need anymore. They've probably only saved us about £11 a month, but that does add up. That's sort of £120 a year in our pocket. One thing we have noticed, though, Richard became a pensioner probably only about 6 weeks ago, from getting maybe nearly 8 weeks from getting your first pension payment. And that lifestyle creep, knowing that you've actually got money coming in, we have noticed maybe that we've spent a little bit more than we normally would.
Yeah, there's the temptation of tea and cakes out, and just like we've had to kick the habit over the course of winter of having cake after we've been out for a walk and things like that at home, we've also got that problem when we're out on the road, because we just can't resist a good cup of tea and a nice cake. No. And we need to start doing that a little bit more, don't we?
Yeah, but it's also just making sure that we don't allow, because we've talked a lot about it, that lifestyle creep now that we've got our pension coming in and we do have a little bit of leeway with our YouTube income, that we don't actually spend it. So I've been pretty good. I had set up an ISA, and before either of us really see any of the, particularly the YouTube money that comes in, I have been squirreling it away and putting it into a travel pot.
And just give you a little insight of the logistics of Jackie's travel pot, in the fact that it seems at the moment it's all one-way traffic, because she likes putting money into that travel pot, but she's not particularly keen on when I say, we really do need to pay for the ferry out of the travel pot.
I know, but we've had 3.5 years where we haven't particularly had any money coming in. So actually being able to put money away now and save money feels really good. So it's good, because I look at the travel pot and I think, yes, I could take money out for that. And we still think about it twice before we do it.
Yeah, it's being intentional about that spending. And a final thing we've had to get used to at this time of year over the course of the last few years is that it's the end of the tax year. And that's the all-important self-assessment time, where you've got to pull all your income and expenditure back together and you've got to declare it to HMRC. And that's quite a big job, and it's something that we have not been used to, having been on the payroll for 30 years and never having to deal with that. But it's getting a little bit more complicated as pension payments come in. But it's a really good time to just refresh your records, make sure your records are accurate, and you're ready for your self-assessment as well.
But at least this year, we still know we have been putting money aside just in case we get a tax bill. But this year, we're still under the limit.
And then the last big thing that we're going to try and declutter is our minds, and give ourselves just a little bit of space, a little bit of time to slow down, a chance to breathe and a chance to reflect, because the first 3 months of the year have been pretty hectic. And this weekend has been a prime example of how hectic our life has become.
We've had a really lovely time at the Warner Show. We were down in Kenilworth and we were speaking with Motorhome Matt. We were on the No Fuss Travel stand with Robbie Romes. It was really busy. It was so lovely chatting and talking to people, but it was the last big almost engagement that we've had. We've not got anything now for the next 3 months, really. Just time to get back to travelling, slowing down, just having that time to ourselves and sort of resetting our frame of mind that we've had for the last 3 months, which have been not work, because we haven't felt like it's been work, but we've definitely been busy.
Yeah, we both reflected in the van on the way home that one of the things we definitely needed to do was to just get back to travelling. As much as we loved the show experience, sometimes life catches up with you and it just goes so quick. And I can't believe we're saying that now, but I think that's a really good sign that we've sort of stepped away from work, and we're not really that good at coping with it. And we are really looking forward to getting back to our roots, which is what we love, which is travel and adventure and just drifting around. And that's the one thing that we're looking forward to over the course of the summer.
And that's going to start from tomorrow. We've got a few days in the lakes because the sun is out, the van is packed, and we just decided we may as well just keep the van packed from when we came back from the show and have a day or two at home and get out and hiking in the lakes and do what we love.
So I guess it might be different for you, because if your passion is different to us in terms of travel and adventure, it may be, thinking about what your main passions are in life, and just, have you been neglecting them over the course of the winter? Is it time to reinvent those? And is it time to put a little bit more time and effort into those? Because when you're doing something that you love, time does tend to slow down. It does stand still. You are in that flow state, and it's really good for you. And that's what we want out of our retirement, a fulfilled retirement.
And that's it for this week. It was only a short video. It was an idea that was maybe sparked a little bit because the blue skies came out and I started being quite obsessed with making sure that the kitchen was completely cleared out and clutter-free, and there was so much stuff getting caught up in the cupboards that we hadn't even put in there. They'd been left by all our visitors. But yeah, and then Richard started thinking about decluttering of his mind and things that he wanted to think about for spring. So it was just an idea that we thought we'd go with.
Yeah, and spring cleaning is not just about decluttering and clearing stuff. It's about making space for the stuff that's really important in your life. And spring is a great opportunity. Everything just seems brighter. The seasons are changing. Everything is full of life. And it's our opportunity to really get ready for a super summer. Now, what we would love is if you're going to plan and do some spring cleaning, what are you going to clear out of your life? Or what are the things that are you looking to tidy up in your life, getting ready for what is going to be an absolutely magical summer?
I've already thought of another thing that I desperately need to declutter, and that's our photo stream. But that's waiting for a rainy day. We have got, I think it's knocking up for 40,000 photos and videos now that we keep accumulating when we're doing our filming. That's one of our big jobs, Rich.
I absolutely love that Jackie shares it with you. So she is now accountable for that, and it's definitely not the royal we. But that's it from us for this week. We will catch you later. Thanks ever so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.